Hello guys, I hope wherever you're watching us from, you're having a great time. This is AfriPost and welcome to today's video. Now, over the past months, I've seen a common occurrence that has really worried me. And this is the question of many blacks in United Kingdom have been unalived. And this is a challenge that is really hitting Africans who are going to United Kingdom. We've seen bodies of these blacks being found on rivers, and there are different theories thrown to this, because when you look at how the government or how the law enforcement agencies are handling them, there are a lot of question marks left. I want us to watch this compilation of videos, then understand the severity of the issue, and then react to it at the end. Let's watch.
A body pulled from the River Thames last month is now believed to be 19-year-old student Samaria Ayanle. Samaria went missing 3 weeks ago on the 22nd of February and was last seen at her SOAS University accommodation. On that same day, a body was recovered near Putney Pier, but at the time, it didn't match up to any missing person reports. It was only after Samaria was reported missing on the 8th of March that officers were able to link their inquiries to that discovery. Her death is being treated as unexplained.
So there is a growing trend that I've noticed over the past couple of years, and I've talked about it on my podcast and I've alluded to it on my social media platforms, especially on Twitter. I'm actually trying to write something about it right now, where young black people are going missing in the UK, and when the black people are found, they're usually found by bodies of water, so lakes, ponds, canals, in one case in Ireland, I'm really sorry, like a drain situation, and we need to amplify that particular thing even more. But I bring it up because whenever the police get onto, they get onto these scenes of where they found these black people who are no longer alive, they instantly say there was nothing suspicious about it and the closest closed right there and then. And it's like, fam, you didn't even check. You did not even check. And before, when I raised kind of the alarm about it on social media, I was told, yeah, well, usually when they say that there was nothing suspicious about it, they're alluding to the fact that maybe the person unalived themselves. And I know that happens. And it's, sad. I know that happens. At the same time, I look at certain instances where the same pattern is obvious, and it's unlikely that the person would have done that. One case, I think it was around 2020, the black girl, she was studying at uni and was doing a placement somewhere as a carer, and she was seen on CCTV around 1 a.m. She was on the phone to her friend by the water where she was doing her placement, caring for somebody, an older person, I think. And she said to them on the phone, I believe, like, oh, hold on 1 second, because I imagine somebody was walking up to her, whatever the case may be. That was around 1 a.m. Her body was found around like 6:20 a.m. in the morning, unalive by the beach. There's been a recent situation that, I don't want to go into specifics, but the pattern is there. You just have to look it up and you'll see that a pattern is there. And it's worrying to me that the police are like, oh, there's nothing suspicious about it, when it's clear that they haven't looked into it. We know the ways that police tend to kind of like disregard anything or most things that pertain to black people. We know the disproportionate stop and search rates and the excessive force that's used on black people. We know all of that. So I'm not surprised that they would find a black person's body dead by a body of water and go, oh, there's nothing suspicious here, especially when sometimes the narrative they try to run is probably the child or the young guy or the young man was running county lines. So basically they're saying that, oh, they were moving drugs. Even if that's the case, that's still a dead body. But for a lot of them, that's not the case. And I've also noticed, based on the people that I've seen, that they're also Nigerian. Quite a few of them are Nigerian. I can't tell you, I haven't come here with a solution. All I'm asking is that now that more people are starting to notice this pattern, it's not about us fear-mongering each other, but just pay attention, because I feel like at some point we're all going to have to come together as a collective and ask the police to investigate further, because it's not adding up, and we deserve better. Like the families, not even us, like the families deserve better. So my heart and my love goes out to the families who, especially if they are of West, like African heritage, where they feel like they can't question the state, they can't question what they've been told. Something is up, and I'm just sending everybody all the love. Canals.
So recently there have been reports of a girl by the name of Samaria Yanle, 19 years old, who was missing, and the coverage on it was so minimal. Like, I'm only starting to find out about this now. This girl has been missing since the 22nd of February. It's come to sad news that the girl's actually passed away. Her body was found in a river, and you know, just as when she was missing, we didn't get any coverage from any news outlets. Now that she's actually passed away, the coverage is also going to be minimal, like many other black people who've passed away and whose body's been recovered. The craziest thing about it, it took a new Instagram page dedicated to finding this poor girl for there to be any coverage. No media outlets, no news, no nothing. I haven't seen this anywhere. As you can see, other than Samaria, these are all names of black people whose bodies have been recovered in bodies of water, and we don't know what the cases were. There's no investigation that's being done. It's just, yeah, it's just non-suspicious. It's just a coincidence that all these people are just being found in bodies of water. It's literally on the 1st of March, prior to this situation happening, there was a BBC analysis that shows that the ethnicity of missing people is not being reported. They're literally not reporting their ethnicities. Almost a fifth of all missing persons incidents in England and Wales in 2022 to 2023, there was no ethnic group recorded or the individual's ethnicity was marked unknown. Fifth, that's literally 20%. Now, praise God to the girl and the family. You know, I hope God guides them through this tough time. I know it must be hard on them. But this does make you think, all these bodies that are all being found in the water, why is there a pattern? Is this just a coincidence? Why is the news coverage on black people missing so minimal? Why is no one talking about it? Why are we not seeing news articles on it? Why is there no coverage? And I don't mean this in no disrespectful way, but the effort that was put into finding Madeleine McCann, even years after, is compared to all the black people that have gone missing. You can see the comparison. You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that the situations are being handled differently. You know, the fact that the ethnicities are not being reported, the coverage is low, we can't argue that. So
please give me a moment of your time. Let's talk about Richard Okorogie. He was a 19-year-old boy from West London who was reported as missing. His body was found in Epping Forest 2 weeks after the first report was filed. Police watchdogs found that an unacceptable level of service was provided by the officers after he went missing. The Independent Office for Police Conduct have now issued an apology. This is just a testament that the systemic issue of injustice within our system kills. Richard's mother was dismissed by multiple police officers at all levels, from junior to senior officers, all dismissed her claims. It is also important to recognise that the police only apologised because the IOPC told them to. There were logistical, careless and dangerous errors made by the police. After all of this, Richard and his family have yet to receive a genuine apology and justice.
A body has been found of the award-winning poet. A body has been found in search for missing poet Jibbo Oji. He went missing at a rural music festival. Jibbo Oji was last seen at 4 a.m. on Saturday at the Shambhala Festival in Nottinghamshire. The 27-year-old from Bromley was due to perform at the event in Kelmarsh on Sunday, but did not turn up for his set. Police say there are no suspicious circumstances surrounding his loss of life.
The Mysterious Death of Blessing Olusegun, Part 1. Blessing Olusegun was a 21-year-old Nigerian living in South London. She was studying business at a London university and decided to do a week-long placement in Bexhill, East Sussex in September 2020. The placement involved being a carer for patients with dementia. On the 17th September 2020, whilst on her placement, Blessing told a very close friend of hers that she couldn't sleep and she wanted to go for a walk. She left her accommodation around midnight and headed towards the local beach. Blessing was captured on CCTV 3 times during her walk. She was captured once in the town centre, another time under the tunnel in the direction of the beach, and lastly near a local cafe around 1 a.m. Blessing texted her boyfriend and best friend asking them to stay on the phone to her while she went for her walk around 12:30 a.m. However, she sent them another text saying never mind an hour later. That would be the last time they would hear from Blessing. The following morning, on the 18th September 2020, Blessing's best friend received a message from Blessing's work placement stating that Blessing didn't turn up to work and she was missing. Her best friend urgently called her phone and a police officer answered. She would soon find out that Blessing's body was found by a dog walker at 6:20 a.m. on the beach near Galley Hill. When the police searched the area, they found Blessing's slippers and phone neatly piled close by. The police stated there was no evidence of crime. They treated Blessing's death as unexplained but non-suspicious. News reports state that Blessing's cause of death was drowning. It's baffling how a young woman can leave her accommodation and turn up dead with no concrete explanation. Her friends and family stated that she was in a happy place, so I can't imagine how frustrating and heartbreaking it is to have no explanation to what happened to their dear loved one.
One way or another, everything in London winds up in the river, and that includes a lot of bodies. Somewhere between 30 and 50 bodies are pulled out of the Thames every year. Anything that juts out into the river may have bodies washing up against it, and this includes London Eye. In fact, I have been told by a member of staff who used to work there that bodies washing up under the pier is so common that they have a radio code for it. In fact, there is a lifeboat station at Waterloo Bridge, and it is the busiest lifeboat station in the country. There are 50 volunteers and 10 full-time staff who work here, dealing with all sorts of things like people threatening to jump and people who are taken ill on boats, as well as bodies being washed ashore.
Now, from that compilation of videos, I think you are able to understand where the issue is coming from, because as you look at it, there are those who are claiming that this is something that is officially neglected by the law enforcement agencies. There are also those who are saying that it is something that really needs to be addressed. But then if you look at how casual the law enforcement agencies have handled these people, you may think that black lives do not matter. I've seen in the United States, when a black life is lost, black communities are able to really come out together and work and call for accountability. But then these deaths in the United Kingdom, I think there is something that really needs to be done, because if you look at it, the police have said that these deaths are unclaimed and therefore they cannot proceed with investigations regarding this issue. But then if you look at the pattern within which these deaths are occurring, I think it is very important that we get a deeper understanding or even a deeper analysis of what is going on. It is really not a good issue that is happening. I think black lives do matter. It's not like I'm championing for the call for Black Lives Matter or anything, but I'm trying to say that it is very important for us to look into these deaths, because I don't think these deaths are supposed to happen as they are. And this is also to our brothers and sisters who are maybe thinking of getting out of our continent and going abroad, going to United Kingdom, going to Europe, or even to United States to seek better opportunities. It is very important to understand the nature of people there, because it is not really good for us to go and die overseas, yet we can have our things going on in the continent and make them better. I know Africa has a lot of opportunities, but many have not explored them. I also know that many countries struggle with the question of unemployment, and therefore it is very easy for people to get out and seek for these job opportunities. But then before we get out, before we seek that greener pasture, we really need to look at ourselves and even look at our continent and ask ourselves some pertinent questions. Who will develop for us our continent? Because why is it that our brothers and sisters are dying abroad and no one is even caring about them? Why is it that our brothers and sisters are being unalived and no serious issue or no serious action has been taken to really show that there is some seriousness? There is that case where even the police department came back and apologized after conducting a shoddy job over the death of one of our brothers there. So it is very important for us to really know that the whites will not appreciate us as it is, because assuming these deaths were of white people, it would be a serious issue and the homicide department would be very serious. The Scotland Yard would really be deep into investigation to understand what is going on. But then you look at these people, they are dying, continuously dying, and no serious action has been taken. In fact, the police does not even know the cause of death of these people. Could it be suicide? Could it be things that are happening? I have seen one of the ladies that I've shown you there kind of trying to show that there is that serial killer who is walking around and trying to really unalive and trying to target black people. These are some of the things that should be looked into, and then we get to understand what is going on within United Kingdom. Please tell us down in the comment section what you think about the topic, any issue that you have about, or any addition that you can have over the issue. And also, if you're watching us for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and also share. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless you. Goodbye.